forget that democracy is not a Western invention, in the sense that democracy is a basic human right. So, because I would think that of many, many better ways to apply democracy than destroying a whole country and killing millions of people. I think that there are much more intelligent way to apply democracy. And I don't think at all that George Bush really is concerned about democracy in the Arab world, for the reason you know, or I know, anybody knows why George Bush did that. I recommend you to, on the internet, to see what we call the strategic oil map of the Arab world. And then you will find that the Iraqi is one of the big reservoir of oil all over the world. And anybody who's going to control this reservoir is going to decide the price of oils for the rest of the 50 years. And I think that's why American troops are there. But the Arab world is paralyzed. And the disease of the Arab world is the dictatorship. The dictatorship everywhere. We have 22 Arab countries without one single democracy. And I think this is a disease. And we have many symptoms and complications. We have injustice, poverty, corruption, fanatism, terrorism. All these are symptoms. There is no way to cure the symptoms without curing the disease. And I believe that in the day we're going to have democracy, the tendency for immigration of the Arab people are going to be much less, because there is a difference between somebody who decides to leave his country and somebody who was obliged to leave his country. So I believe that the democracy is to cure all this. I think that we must read literature much more than any time before, because in this moment of the human history where there are stereotypes everywhere and people are having very negative image, everybody on the other side, I think literature is a wonderful tool to teach us that we could be different in culture, in religion, in color, but we are having basically the same human heart and the human feelings. And the Arab world, like America, like Europe, like everywhere on earth, there are many good people, and there are few bad people. And I think that this is very essential to know now.
Dicevo che più che mai
to present characters as human beings. If you recall any novel you have read, any novel in any language, you will never recall the characters as Egyptians or Arabs or Muslims or Jews or Italians. You will always recall the characters as human beings. And this is why literature is a very human art. You cannot love literature and be racist or fanatic or terrorist. You cannot be terrorist or fanatic or racist and appreciate literature. Being famous means that you go to the public places and people recognize you and you don't recognize them. Being a novelist means hours and days and months and years of struggle. As a novelist, from the very beginning, to enclose yourself and try to write and try to improve your style and to control the writing while the people are enjoying life outside. And you must ask yourself, is it worth what you're doing, and what is the literature is going to give you in return.